Well, good morning, guys. Welcome to my replay viewers. Thank you guys so much for jumping in, checking out my broadcast. Sorry I missed you live, but so glad you guys took some time to check it out. What is up to my live crew this morning? Great to see y'all this morning. So glad to have you here. I appreciate y'all coming in to hang out with me on this Wednesday morning. So this is 2 days in a row that my Wi-Fi has dropped and reset in the first 5 minutes of my broadcast. Maybe I just need to start broadcasting at like 8:05 so I don't have this problem. I don't know what is doing it, just like stops and resets, but whatever. I'm glad you're here. Good morning to you, Victoria. What's up, girl? Cat. Good morning to you, Jackie. Good morning to you. Thanks for coming in, guys. I appreciate you. Brian and Adam, I see you. Alexis, good morning to you. I appreciate all you guys. Today we're going to talk about branding. We're going to continue the conversation about branding. Yesterday I had a little fun with you, talk about making sure that you don't have a boring brand. Did you guys enjoy that one? That was kind of fun, wasn't it? Gave you some ideas of how not to be boring with all the things that you're doing to build your brand. Today, we're going to talk about 5 ways to level up your branding. Right now, in the year 2021, we're halfway through this year. There's a lot of stuff goes on the back end of the year, y'all. Money season's coming up. There's so much that can happen between September and December of the year. And so now is an excellent time to be taking a real good hard look at your branding and asking yourself, what ways can you do to level up your branding? So I'm going to give you 5 ideas this morning, 5 ways to either start up. Maybe you're brand new, you're just getting started. 5 ways to just get yourself started. Or if you've already done your branding, maybe 5 ways to level up your branding and transition into the back half of the year. And I recommend doing these now. We're going to talk about why. We're talking about things that I'm already doing and why I'm doing them, as well as what I would recommend for you as well. So grab your favorite morning beverage. Cheers and good morning to you. Grab your pen and paper. Hang tight. I'll be right back with you. All right, y'all. Justin Kaplan Pro is my name. JustinKaplanPro.com is my website. I'm a startup business mentor and a branding strategist that specializes in helping startup entrepreneurs, just like you awesome people, turn your passion, your gifting, your ideas into a profitable and scalable brand, leveraging the power of social media marketing. If you are new to me, welcome. I am so glad you're here. Whether you're listening on or watching podcast or YouTube or whatever platform you're on, live or on the replay, I appreciate you. Y'all are awesome. I know your time is valuable, and I promise not to waste it. So we are going to dive right into it this morning. So we're talking about 5 ways that you can either start up or level up your branding in preparation for the back half of this year. And I recommend doing these now. My brother Paul, thanks for coming in, buddy. I appreciate you. Nigel, good morning to you. Jamie, I think I said good morning, but I'll say it again. Good morning to you. You all are amazing, and I appreciate you. I'm going to give you a quote of the day today by Sir Richard Branson. I love Richard Branson, and I think the man is brilliant. I love his quote, so I like sharing his quotes every once in a while. Sir Richard says, branding demands commitment to continual reinvention, striking chords with people to stir their emotions, and an intentional focus on imagination. Don't you love that? I love that one. I'll read it again. Branding demands commitment to continual reinvention, striking chords with people to stir their emotions, and an intentional focus on imagination. Love that so much. One of the things that I've always thought is very, very important about branding is to not get comfortable with the branding that you have and always be challenging yourself to level it up, because nothing about our world stays the same, right? We adapt. We have to adapt. We have to reinvent. We have to be constantly asking ourselves what we're doing, and is what we're doing now, is it still working? And what do we need to do to continually be fresh in the eyes of the audience that pays attention to us? So I'm going to give you 5 things this morning that I think would be a very good for you to be thinking about right now. And also just be aware of this. I'm gonna have a conversation with my inner circle on Monday for Game Changers. We're going to be talking about money season. Everybody put money season in the chat stream. We're fast approaching money season, y'all. And there are four key events between September and December that are money season. And we're going to talk about that on Monday, those guys that are in my inner circle. But being aware, you need to be aware of this season that we are approaching. It's harvest time, y'all. And all those seeds that you sow all year long, and all those roots that you yank out, and all those, all the work that you do, and all the watering and the cultivating you do, is harvest time. And so it's a great time right now in the season to be taking a good hard look at your branding, asking yourself, do I need to do anything right now to position myself for that momentum that's about to come, to position myself for that wave, that rush of business that's about to come? Maybe. Let's get into these 5 things, because it's a powerful season that we're coming up to, and I want you to be ready for it. Right. The first one I want to challenge you with is get new headshots. Get new headshots. Listen, I love all your beautiful faces. Y'all have great faces. Most of you. Stop it. I'm gonna get myself in trouble. No, y'all have great faces. But listen, if the headshots or the pictures, first of all, if you never had headshots, and you the only pictures that anybody can ever find of you are selfies, get pictures taken of yourself. Now, I'm not talking about, I actually, and I'm just going to give you a tip. I do not recommend going up and looking up headshot photographer, because at most times a headshot photographer is going to sit you in a boring studio, have you sit on a stool, at a 30-degree angle, and pose and smile, and you got a picture, and it's over. You want a branding or a lifestyle photographer, someone who can capture your personality, the personality of your business, get settings that portray who you are and what you do, get some great photography of you. And I'm telling you this because it will change the perspective that people have of you. And like Jamie, I know Jamie said I need to do this. Jamie, I love Jamie's headshots, but I think that the pictures that we have of you, Jamie, they were family pictures, I think, maybe, but they're from years ago. The last headshots that I had done were 3 years ago. I just got new headshots taken, and I'm working with those now for my new website. But headshots I'm telling you, I'll promise you, headshots will give you momentum. They will get you attention. It will turn people's heads towards you, because most don't. Put that in the chat stream. Most don't. And one of the number one reasons why most people don't go get brand new photos is because they think it's too expensive. I'm telling a great photographer will usually charge in the vicinity of probably $200 per session. Probably. My photographer was spectacular, highly sought after. I had to wait for 3 months to get on his schedule. He charged me. I did 2 sessions. I did an outdoor session in the city, and I did an indoor studio session. I did pay him $200 for both sessions. So I paid him $400. He spent an hour and a half with me downtown in the city. I picked all the locations. I had 3 outfits, and he spent an hour and a half with me in the city. And then I went to his studio, and he spent another hour with me in the studio with another 2 outfits. And I got over 300 high quality photos to work with from him. And I'm telling you, it's the best investment I've made in my business this year, probably in a couple of years. I mean, those photos make a difference in it, and I'm telling you, it's an investment worth making. It's absolutely an investment worth making, and it will absolutely impact how serious people take you. Because it's a connotation to it, y'all. If you're trying to build a business and you're trying to attract paying clients, and you're working to grow a brand, and you're trying to get people to take you seriously enough to hire you for your premium fees, but the only time they can ever see a picture of you, it's a selfie, it's subliminal. They're like, why would I invest in you if you're not even investing in yourself? It's like trying to get someone to hire you when you don't even have a website. It's like, you don't even have a website. Are you even a business? Are you even going to be around? Like, are you actually going to be a good steward of my money? It's a perspective thing. It's a respect thing. And so having headshots is huge. So I'm just going to give it to you straight. If you've never had great headshots done of you by yourself, I'm not talking about family photos. I'm talking about someone intentionally, because I mean, I researched photographers for crazy because I wanted a very specific type of photographer. I wanted someone who could get me. I looked at their style, looked at their photos. This is my business. This is who I am. This is what I do. This is how I want to be conveyed. Can you do that? And I found the guy that said, absolutely. I would love to take those photos. Awesome. I love it. And so it's a process. And I'm telling you to get on this now. Get on this right now, because usually photographers are busy. It might take you several weeks to get on their schedule, possibly. And then usually, depending on how busy they are, you might have to wait for weeks, multiple weeks to get your photos back. That's normal. So just be aware of that. All right. So get new headshots. If you've never had headshots done, put it on your to-do list, put it on your priority list. Got to happen. If the headshots you're currently using are dated, meaning they're probably more than 2 or 3 years old, you need new ones. You need new ones. Because you're more awesome today than you were 3 years ago, and that needs to be captured on camera. If you're like me, you have a little more gray than you did 3 years ago. Who's got gray, y'all? But my wife thinks I'm a silver fox. She was staring at my shorties up here on the sides, and she's like, I can't tell if that's just sun bleach blonde or if that's gray. I said, oh, honey, it's gray. But I'm gonna rock out my gray. I'm getting some little grays up in here. Pretty soon, one of these days, I ain't got no hair. But you probably got better at waxing that mug than you were 3 years ago, probably, Paul. Regardless, have somebody take your photos. All right, have somebody take your photos. So I'm telling you, it's number one. Number two, let's keep going. I'm gonna get in trouble. Let's keep going. I'm gonna cheers and good morning to y'all. You're all amazing. I appreciate you. All right, number two is create a new freemium. Theron, what's up, girl? Thanks for coming in. Create a new freemium. I'm doing this as well. I actually got 2 of them that I'm working on. 2 things that you've never seen of me before. 2 things that I've never created a freemium on before. I'm creating 2 new freemiums for my website. And these are going to be my primary lead magnets, my primary freemiums, and all the other free stuff on my website's going away. So when you go to my website, and when I launch my new website, and to be determined, because I'm not gonna reveal it until I'm ready. But I got 2 brand new freemiums that are just bomb. Man, they're just bomb. I'm excited about your new freemium too, Jamie. Super excited about Jamie, and I have been talking about her new freemium as well. But it's just a powerful thing to do because, again, people get bored, y'all. They get bored. They get used to seeing the same old thing. My primary freemium on my website has been my Gold Crusher. And I have refreshed that Gold Crusher every year. So every year in January, I come out with a new Gold Crusher. I did a huge refresh on that Gold Crusher this year. But that Gold Crusher, the Gold Crusher freemium has been my freemium for 4 years. My primary freemium. After this year, it's being retired. It's no longer going to be available. I'll make it available to my inner circle. All my freemiums will always be available to my inner circle, but that will not be available on my website. So FYI, in case you have never downloaded that thing before, that thing is a friggin' gem. It's a monster, and it's designed to teach you how to set and set goals that you will actually crush in your year. But I'm retiring it this year because it's an old car. She's got 200, 300,000 miles on that thing. She needs to go. It needs to go to the junkyard. So it's going down. It's off my website. Won't be there anymore. But I've been thinking about a new freemium. And from this perspective, let me just be square with you for a minute. All right. When you're creating a new freemium, I really want you just to sit in the seat of your audience for a second and ask yourself, what do they really need from me? What do people really need right now? What is one of the number one things that I could give to people that's going to create a great connection from me to them? Give them something highly valuable, a guide, a resource, a training, a something that I can give to these people that's going to help me build relationships, generate leads, and attract clients. And think of something, sort through all make yourself a list of some good freemiums that you can make. Sort through all the good and find one great one. And I'm going to challenge you. Can I give you a challenge? I'm going to challenge you to develop a brand new freemium in the next 2 weeks. Can I do that? I'd like to. That's a good point, Kat. Not the junkyard, the classic car museum. Absolutely. That's a great point. It's not. Yeah, you're right. Because it is a classic. It just needs to not be front and center anymore. 2 weeks. I'm going to give you a challenge for 2 weeks. I'm going to give you until the date of August 13th, which is a Friday, to create a new freemium. How many of y'all will do that? I'm curious. Put challenge accepted if you'll do that. I want you to create a brand new freemium, and I'm only going to give you 2 weeks because I know what'll happen. Tasks expand to the time allotted. So if I tell you, I really want you to focus on creating a new freemium to really leverage in this back half of the year, you'll be like, all right, Justin, oh, cool, I'll do that. But you don't put any parameter to it. You'll sit and you'll mess with it and you'll tinker with it and you'll play with it and you won't do anything with it. And then all of a sudden it'll be December and you're like, well, Justin, I think I'm almost done with that freemium. Well, you missed money season. Get it done. Nyenye's birthday is on the 13th. What a great way to celebrate Nyenye's birthday by having your freemium done. So my challenge you is to quit with planning, quit thinking about it. I want you to plan today, thinking about it today, and start it tomorrow and have it done in 2 weeks. 2 weeks, August 13th. And I'm going to make a note. So anybody who's going to do that, put challenge accepted in the chat stream. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to set my alarm. I'm going to set an alarm for August 13th. And on August 13th, I'm going to do a broadcast just about freemiums. And I'm going to come out and I'm going to call out all you people that just said challenge accepted. I'm going to be talking to you in the broadcast and be like, where's your freemium? I want to see it. I want to see that thing. All right? Do it. Get it done. A freemium is impactful. Do it. Jamie says, I'm going to really start digging into mine starting Tuesday, August 10th, while the kids are back into their tutorial. I have it all planned out and ready to go. See, but Jamie's already started the planning process. I love that. Love it so much. Get it done, y'all. Create a new freemium is a powerful way to level up or start up. And if you've never, and if we're talking about, maybe you've never created a freemium before, like Justin is new to me, create one. And, and if you're like, I don't even know what to create. All right, start with a concept. Get an idea for something valuable that you think you can create, and then visit some of your competitors' websites or visit some people that you respect and download some of their freemiums. Go download some of mine if you want to. I don't care, but download some to see what a freemium can look like. If you've never created a freemium before, you need some creative fuel. You need to have an idea of what that looks like on the inside and what's a great way to format one. If you're trying to get an idea for a good freemium, go to my website and download my Goal Crusher. It's a spectacular document. It's like 37 pages. It's amazing. And it'll help you set and crush goals. You can go through it. You can work through it, but it also give you a great look on the inside of what a freemium looks like, like an ebook type of thing. You can create ebooks using things like PowerPoint. You can create them on Canva. Canva has a spectacular templates for that kind of stuff. It doesn't have to be complicated. Just something valuable, informational that you can give to your audience that's going to give them some value and give you the opportunity to connect to them. All right. Jackie said, had an idea to add an advisory service for my audience. I will add this as a benefit to make us a nice group as an incentive to join my email list. I love that, Jackie. That's a great idea. Love that so much. All right, let's keep going, y'all. That was number 2. Number 3, I love it. And by the way, Jamie says the 10th she'll have almost half of it done. Love it. Perfect. I love it. Cheers once again, y'all. Number 3 is to create a new brand experience. This is a little more complicated, a little deeper than a freemium, but I encourage you to think about it. Create a new brand experience. An experience is something where people have the opportunity to experience you in a way that goes beyond, how do I say this? It goes beyond what you do all the time. It's more than what people can just get from you all the time by joining your lives or listening to your podcast or whatever. It goes beyond that, but it's not as quite as all-inclusive as your premium program. So it's like if someone has followed you or listened to you for a while and they're not quite ready to make a full-fledged investment in you, but they might be ready to just lock into something that's a little bit more intense or a little bit more deep or a little bit more value packed or something. What could that look like? Now that could be a variety of things. For example, I am currently in the process of developing a new challenge. My challenge is going to come out in September. This will be after my website will launch in August. I just haven't got a date on it yet because I want to just make sure I got everything right. But I'm going to be doing a brand new challenge in September. It's going to be bomb. Boy, I'm so excited about it. I'm just really excited about it. So I'm going to take you through a 5-day challenge, and it's going to be unlike anything I've ever done before. It's going to be brilliant, and it's going to be it's going to be applicable to people who have never experienced me before, as well as people who've been working with me for years. It'll be anyone could go through this and get value from it. It's going to be spectacular. But that's an experience with me. It's free. Going through a 5-day challenge with me is an awesome experience. It gives people the opportunity to work with me on a level beyond what you would get just from following me live all the time. It's an awesome experience. So creating a challenge is one idea. You could do a live event if that fits, what you're doing, fits the type of things you're doing. And it could be bigger, it could be something where, like, Justin, maybe you're going to create your first, maybe you want to do something like what I do with my live events where I do live retreats. And you could say, maybe this is not necessarily to attract new clients or new people that have never worked with me. Maybe I want to plan a live event for my clients. And that is absolutely something that you could do. The first retreat that I ever created was for my inner circle. These are people that were already paying me, and I wanted to get a live event to bring all these people together. And so I started planning a live event. I think we're past the period of COVID where I think that has to be a concern. I think you could pull that off now. Also, just by the way, y'all want some secrets? You want a secret? I'm gonna give you a secret. I loved it too, Sherry. I loved having you there too. You were just awesome. I have a secret for you. And now I'm debating about this. Maybe you can give me your feedback. So while I'm doing a lot of, I'm in the middle of a lot of things right now, but I am planning my next VIP retreat for 2022. It's going to be in May. I gotta think about the dates. It's going to be next year, though. It's going to be amazing. The house that I have found. So what happens with a retreat with me is I rent a house for a week, and I have a small group of people. This group will be, I think I got 7 spots available. It's all about the matter of the number of rooms in the house. So I rent a mansion on the water. We spend an intensive mastermind week together, and it's spectacular. There'll be 7 spots available. It's gonna be crazy. It's gonna be nuts. I'm so excited about the house. It's gonna be here in Michigan. I've got this spectacular house right on Lake Michigan, right on the water. It's gonna be nuts. So my initial feeling was going to be this was gonna be released. I was going to release it and open only 7 people, Kat. You know what? I've done big retreats and I've done small retreats. And the last retreat that I did, I had 6 people there, and it was brilliant. And I think those of you guys that were there would say it was absolutely brilliant, because when I have a small group, I can be so focused on that group, and the amount of work that is able to be accomplished, and the breakthroughs and the conversations and the impact that I'm able to make in that small group is just crazy. So I'm planning for this whole thing, and my feeling was I was going to release this on Black Friday, open enrollment on Black Friday. This is my Black Friday. All right. I've never announced this ahead of time before, by the way. But I'm thinking about when I release my website in August, I'm going to do a pre-enrollment for anybody who's interested. Maybe. We'll see. I might give you a sneak peek of it. It's just crazy. So anyway, that's an experience. Or so something like that is an experience. And so, I've been doing retreats for years now. I've done several of them. I've done a retreat in Phoenix. I've done a retreat in Michigan. I've done a retreat in Tennessee. So I've done these several times, and there's so many things about that that I've learned. I've really figured out my sweet spot and how to make that a powerful experience. So just be thinking about that for yourself. With the things that you do, ask yourself, is there a way for you to create something that's just allows people to go deeper with you? Because that's really what my retreats are. I mean, those guys that have attended a retreat, life changing, right? It's just there's nothing like it. And every single person that came to my retreat this year, they left to like, there's no way I could have ever accomplished this amount of work through a Zoom call. It's like, it's so different. It's the environment. The reason why I do these retreats the way I do, I pick an environment, I bring you to an environment that eliminates excuses, eliminates inhibitions. It gives you focused time, one-on-ones with me every single day. It's incredible. You can do months of work in days. It's just crazy. And it's a ton of fun. And we have a great time. But that's an experience. So thinking about an experience, your experience could be a one-day thing. Maybe depending on what you do, maybe you offer a one-day intensive. And that could be online or it could be in person, where that's something that you've never offered before. I remember a couple of years ago, I offered VIP days where people could hire me for a VIP day experience. And I would travel to you. And I would basically come to you. And usually went a Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So I would come in Friday night. We would plan, prep. Of course, there's pre-work ahead of time. I would come in Friday night. I'd stay in a hotel. We would meet somewhere Saturday, and we'd spend the entire day Saturday working, an 8-hour day. We would do dinner together. I'd go back to the hotel Sunday night, and then I'd go back home, either fly or drive Sunday. And I did that for 7 clients in 2018. I think it was 18 and 19. Did that 7 times. And it was a premium fee, one-day intensive. But if you, and how I really promoted this was I think of the 7 people that I did that for, I had 4 people that wanted branding and websites done. I can build a website in 8 hours straight if all the work is prepared. The pre-work, if it's ready to go, we can sit there and we can narrow it down. We can build that. So I was building people's websites in a weekend. Just branding done, photos were done, everything's done, and we just come in, we build it, we put it all together. And so stuff like that, if there's something that you do, again, I talked about this last week. I talked about 5 pricing strategies to get more premium fees. Oftentimes, people have this association where if I'm going to pay X amount of money for your service, and that's normally like a 3-month process, then I'm going to pay for a 6-month process. It should be double the money. Rather, people will actually pay more to have something done in a shorter amount of time. So if you have something that you can offer, that you can pack it into a short experience, they'll come to that. They'll go through that. So number 3 is create a new brand experience. Number 4, I'm going to give you 2 more and then we're going to get out of here, right? Number 4 is to update or refresh your website. So I think for me, websites go right along the line of headshots where it can become outdated. And so I'm currently building a brand new website for myself. My other website is 3 years old, same as so I built my new website, the one I currently have. I built that when I got my other headshots done 3 years ago. And it's a good website. It's sound. I could keep rolling with it if I want to, but I'm looking for momentum. I'm looking for shock and awe. I'm looking for people to see that I'm adapting. Going back to my quote by Sir Richard Branson, branding demands commitment to continual reinvention, striking chords with people to stir their emotions, and an intentional focus on imagination. Where does your brand need to go? How is your brand developing? Are you learning things that are working that need to be expanded? Are you finding things that aren't really working, that aren't really doing anything for you, for example, in your website? And let's just make that go away. Let's simplify. Do we need to add new imagery? Do we need to add new freemiums? Do we need to adjust the color scheme a little bit? Whatever that is, it's just giving your brand a refresh or an update just to show people that you are adapting to the current age and that you're staying current and that you're going to be here for the long haul. I think it gives people confidence. It gives people confidence in you that you are continually building and growing and adapting your business. But I think it also captures attention. It intrigues people. Sherry says, my brand needs my kids to sleep more. Yeah, I can relate to that, buddy. I get that. So an update or a refresh of your website is a great way to level up or start up your brand. If you don't have a website, get a website. I know a spectacular website designer, and he would love to build your business for you. Reach out to me if you need a website, all right? The last one, number 5, it's just something to consider, is to expand your brand to a new platform. or a new content type. Okay, so for example, maybe you've been Facebooking it and Instagram for forever. And this just says we've been for forever. Maybe it would be a cool thing for you to start, creating YouTube videos. Maybe you want to start posting one YouTube that's maybe different from what everybody gets from you. Maybe your lives are real candid and unpolished and you just share and talk. Maybe you want to get on YouTube and start doing like one YouTube video a week that's a polished, pre-recorded, really high value stuff. Maybe you want to get into podcasting. Maybe you established a great audience and a great following through live video on Facebook and Instagram, but you've been thinking about podcasting. Expand your brand to a new platform and start a podcast. Maybe you want to start a Pinterest. If that works with your brand and your business, maybe Pinterest is a great platform for you. One of the things that I started doing just a couple months ago is I really got into doing short content. So I'm creating short content and I'm leveraging on a multiple platforms. So I'm creating short, either 30-second to 60-second content, which you guys have seen it. It's all over the place. But I'm creating 30-second to 60-second content. I'm putting it on TikTok, Instagram stories, Facebook stories, Instagram Reels. And also, by the way, in case you guys don't know this, YouTube has recently come out with short form content. It's called YouTube Shorts. Have you seen this? It's pretty sweet. And it's like Instagram, it's like TikTok or Instagram Reels. And now you can do YouTube Shorts. And so I'm posting specific content to YouTube Shorts. But I'll tell you this, I've been doing this for about, how long have I been doing this? Since June, early June. I think it's been about 2 months. 2 months that I've been creating this short form content. But my website traffic is up 700% in the past 2 months. You can't ignore that. My downloads are up. I mean, everything's up. Traffic is up. Subscribers and followers and all those platforms are up. My client base is up as well, but it's hard to tell whether that's coming from the shorts or whether that's just connections that I'm making. But I can't ignore the website traffic alone. The website traffic alone is a huge lift. So, that's just a matter of taking things that I'm already doing and just giving another mechanism and another way for people to connect to it. But I'll say this too. I'm getting a huge increase in personal messages. Huge increase, which is good because usually most of my connection comes right here through comments on the live. And then I reach out to you. I connect to you, what's going on, ask questions, and I try to cultivate those things. I'm getting people reaching out to me unsolicited. People that are watching and my primary, I'll tell you this, I'll be honest with you, my primary method of messages is coming from Facebook stories and Instagram stories. I get people commenting on my Facebook stories all the time. The one that I posted yesterday, where I basically took a clip of my video yesterday, just talking about how I've always been confident in my potential. I do a live video. So whenever I'm doing a live video, if I get on a roll, you know how I do. I just get on a roll and I just start sharing from my heart. And I share something that'll trigger my mind. That would be a great story, and I'll just write down the timestamp. So if I had just said something awesome, I'd write down 8:35 on my notes in front of me. And then as soon as I'm done with the video, I go download the video. I grab my video, throw it in my video editor. I find the clip. I clip it down. I put an image to it and upload it as a story. And so it's just a clip of content that I've already shared out. But some people don't sit. Some people missed my video yesterday. So giving them that short segment is huge. I've got 200 views on that short that I posted yesterday. And I've got people messaging me, thank you so much for this. Can I share it? I really need this right now. And it just gives me an opportunity to connect to them and talk to them. So, going back to this one, expanding your brand to a new platform, what's cool about this is I've gotten a ton of people over the past 2 months reaching out to me, messaging me, commenting on my stuff, saying, Justin, I love what you're doing with this short content. It's such an inspiration. I love following it every day. And so I'm just giving my audience, maybe a lot of these are people that have followed me for a long time, but I'm giving them something new to digest, something new, some way to see me in a different light. And again, subliminally, it's showing them that Justin is continually adapting. He will be here for the long haul. He's not going away and quieting down as time goes by. He's leveling up. He's constantly doing something new. He's constantly stepping into what the market is looking for, right? So it becomes inspiring because people want to hire someone that is continually reinventing. They want to show me how to do that, Justin. I saw a question. Shirley says, do you have a how-to videos on your YouTube channel, for example, how to do Facebook stories? I do not have a how-to on that, Shirley. I did do a game changers on that, however, where I talked about how I am creating my stories the way I am. But I'll tell you this, the way I do things, the way I'm doing like my stories with my audio over top of my picture and stuff like that, it's not simple. It's not simple. I think Sherry asked me this question. She asked me, a couple weeks ago when I posted one of those. She's like, "Can you tell me how to do this?" I can show you. It's not simple. And thankfully, the Lord has given me the gift of technology, so it's simple for me. But to teach it is not simple. It's a process, but I've got a rhythm to how I do it, so I can do it pretty quickly. But that's why it's so good. It's and that's why it's a little shocking. Is because when people see it, they're like, "That's so, it's awesome. I really dig that." It's not simple, unfortunately, but I do it because, again, everything when I do things like that, I want to do something that gets attention. I want people to look at that and be like, "How did he do that?" Exactly. I mean, that's the idea, but it doesn't have to be complicated. I want to tell you this is when you're thinking about if you're thinking about expanding your brand to a new platform, like if you wanted to go to YouTube or if you wanted to go to Pinterest or whatever, or if you want to start a podcast. That would be expanding your brand to a new platform. Or it might just be maybe I want to just advance my ability on the platforms that I'm already on. So maybe if you're only just doing like live video, that's all you've ever done. Maybe you want to start doing stories. Maybe you want to start interjecting a podcast into what you're already doing. That's possible, right? So just think about, is there a way that you can expand a bit and give your audience something else to digest with you, okay? That's number 5. So get new headshots, get that done, make that a priority, create a new freemium, create a brand experience, update and refresh your website, and expand your brand to a new platform. 5 powerful ways that you can start up or level up your branding as we transition into money season, as we transition into the back half of the year, all right? Y'all are amazing, and I appreciate you. I know 40 minutes of your time is so valuable, so I appreciate you spending your time with me this morning. Y'all are awesome. Have a spectacular day, guys. Be intentional with your time today. Be intentional with your talent. Don't hesitate to reach out to me if you need anything from me. And I will see you guys all around the web, right? Take care of y'all, and I'll see you guys later.